is a TRX workout. It's upper body only. You can do 5, 10, 15 or 20 repetitions. You can definitely do it for time. I'm going to do 20 repetitions of everything. There's going to be 5 exercises, 5 upper body exercises, 20 reps for each, 3 sets. You stop when you need to, so if you've only got time for 1 set, that's perfect. Do the maximum reps of 20. Probably don't need to do more than that. So 20 repetitions, 1 set, if that's all that time allows, and then go from there. Both energy and time, you can do a second and a third set. So, first one, for the purposes of challenge, for the very first exercise being a chest press, it's wherever you want to be with the handles. I've gone a little bit longer. You can 100% be a little bit shallower. Same true for where you're going to stand. You can stand closer to your anchor or you can be further away. The closer to the anchor with your feet and the further away you are with the arms is going to be more challenging. The higher up and the more of an upright position you're going to be standing is going to be your easier option. So unless you're going to mark the floor, you're probably never going to know exactly where you are. So you can play around with it. So chest press, feet together, feet are in parallel, either or. Arms are ahead of you in a V shape, and then you're going to breathe in as you come in. Elbows only as high and in line as your shoulders are. Exhale, push out. Inhale. Exhale. So here we are on 5 already, and you can probably see my heels are coming up. Inhale, exhale. Nice big deep breath. You're in a plank position the whole time. Nice core engagement. Coming up to that halfway on this next one. So let's have 10 more together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, push away. Trying to maintain the same width of these arms for each rep that's coming. And let's have ourselves these last ones. Then I'm going to say we've got 5 from here. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So you can see that I wasn't going up by very much in terms of those heels coming away from the floor. You can definitely have the first set either as the only set you're doing and it's super challenging and everything's really strong, or you can go a little bit easier and build yourself up. There's always 2 ways of doing everything. Next one, chest fly. So this is, you're in the black handles and you've got the knuckles together. So minus the TRX action, you are pulling out. You would have done this one with dumbbells many times. Knuckles together, coming out. Working the chest, but it doesn't mean we're not working the back, and you're working in the same plank position. You're working with the same inhale to prepare, exhale for maximum effort. Trying to keep this soft, so you've got the handles coming together and your knuckles. You've got the actual rope of the TRX on the outside of you. So breathing in, exhale, if that makes sense to you. What you can have is inhale here and then, because my whole of my body weight is in, I definitely think that we need our exhale here. Let's say we're on 5 together. So we're 5 more to the midway. Same principle. I've got only a little bit of a lift through my heels. Let's keep going. So we're at the halfway. Let's make it that we've got 10 to go. Let's do together. 10. You don't have to pick up the tempo. You can stay down there longer. We do need core engagement and a nice flat back. A little bit of that tucked under pelvis as well can go miss. And the nice strength through the whole of these arms, all the way down the length of the arms, all the way to the hands. Let's have a couple more. Then we're moving on to a rollout. So you can change the handles if you would like. You can have it shorter. Rolling out is basically, when you've done it with a Swiss ball, you'd be on the forearms. You'd be kneeling most probably, and you're rolling forward, rolling back. So it isn't leaving your bottom behind. It's a nice plank position, and you're going and returning. And this one, you might actually be higher, or want to be higher, up onto your toes. And I'm actually going to change us to the big loops as well. So you'll take the arms up and over the head if that's comfy. Otherwise you can just do your roll out from arms in parallel, because they will go above the head, but they can go above the head very minimally. So always play around with what feels good, what's right, what's natural, and then whether you want to challenge on top of that. So feet together or feet slightly apart, breathing in. I'm going to already have pre-tension, a little bit of tuck of the tailbone under, nice and strong in my thighs, and I'm ready to go. Breathing in, breathing out. So hopefully you can see my heels are really up. I'm into those calves, and I'm keeping the arms lengthened out, extending out through the rest of my body. So from those heels all the way through the body and up towards those fingertips. Breathing in. You can do this for time, and you can do, not that you want to do them speedy necessarily, but you can do as many as you like in a certain time, for like 30 seconds or a minute, or even 45. But you can 100% do them for reps. So with all my chatting, let's probably say that we need another 5, why not? But you can do 20 or less of these. Probably don't need more. Breathe in, breathe in. Next one, last one. Nice. So I am going to change the handles slightly, make them shorter for the next one coming up, which is triceps. So all I've done is taken my big loop, or the bit that moves, up to the very top. Back to your black handles, back to parallel legs. Now we want parallel arms. If you want this challenge, you take yourself way down. You take your feet right back. So marry this up, make this nice and level. Don't go anywhere with the handles coming out or really pushing up. You are bending and extending at the elbows to work the back of the arms. Same is true of everything else that's come before. We don't need your bottom out. So breathing in, breathing out. So far, I've only got a slight little slither again of my heels coming up. And after a couple of repetitions, I hope that you already feel this one. This one is a bit of a killer. Oh dear. How many have we done? We haven't even done 10, I don't think, have we? Should we do maybe 3 more and make it our halfway? Core is key here, because the pushing away from the handles is going to be tough. And if we haven't got your core with you, or that little tucked under tailbone, it's more than likely that lower backs will take it first. And this is 100% an exhale to push you out. Let's have those last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I challenge you not to feel that one. I think I could feel it after about the 3rd one. But anywho, so finishing up, because I said there was 5 of them, we've got biceps now. So we've worked the chest in 2 ways. We've slipped in a bit of core, which is a nice whole body. So you've been doing a plank every time we've been doing everything today. And then you've got biceps to go along with that. So we did the front, and now we need, the back, and now we need to do the front of the arms. So this is black handles again. This, the bicep curl, is a palms up, is same, bend and extend of the arms. A moment ago you had the knuckles facing up, that was triceps. Biceps is here, but also there's none of this kind of thing with your arms. So you're keeping your arms up, and that again is the challenge. So same, you can get right down if you want to get right down, and you could be right down here, and you could stay up here. Breathe in, breathe out, inhale, exhale. So I hope you can see my nice flat back, plank position. And it's not going to be exact, but I am trying to keep the elbows up the whole time. Pulling them up, and when I return, not letting them drop down too much. Same is true for the position of my head and my neck. Look after that, because it's all obviously up in the upper body. If you haven't remembered your core and you're kind of hanging here, just bring it back for every repetition. Strong with your thighs as well for support. Let's say that's halfway, and we do another 10 together. Try and keep the tension on the TRX the whole time. I'm just going to change this back again. So I'm putting, these are black, the bits in between mine, so hopefully you can see them from there. But instead of being right up the top, I've done it at the midway point, and we're back to the top. So we're back to chest press, then chest fly, roll out, triceps, biceps. Second set, you can have the extra challenge of going deeper. You might not want to after those last two exercises, but still, we're here for the challenge. So I possibly was a little bit more upright on my first one. Like I said, without actually putting a line down or something to go for each time, you might have a slightly different option for every one you're ever going to do. Holding the black handles, and then here we go. So nice wide, elbows out. Nice. This is slightly more challenging for me actually, I think, because my heels are coming up that little bit more. And I'm challenging to have that core squeeze and engage with me in this tough bit, in the push in the pushing out. I need it on both really. Elbows only in line with shoulders. Don't let yourself go too far back, or those elbows go way back towards your back or towards the anchor. Classic, talking too much. I reckon we've done 10, haven't we? Let me do 10 together. 10. Exhale to push out. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And done with them. If you want to come up each time and you want to give, even though it's not the downward pressure for wrist, you might just want to shake things out a little bit, shake out through the fingers or wiggle the fingers because you are gripping on for dear life. Shake out through your wrists, and then if you do that, obviously you will lose your place, but it doesn't matter because everything is still a challenge in the TRX. Keeping the tailbone under, using some glutes and thighs, and then with the core and the breath, it's always a whole body workout, even though this is upper body. So we're coming to chest fly, breathing in, and I think again, we're going to need our exhales out here. Breathe in, definitely a little reprieve, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, halfway. Just making sure you're on it for posture, you're on it for the breath, you're with that exertion, with your breath, and then you're going to be okay for support here. Let's do these. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and done. Same, because they are two back-to-back chest exercises, not that you're not working the arms, and like I mentioned, to take a little pause and maybe just stand upright or just flop yourself out, rather than feeling like you have to push through everything. Into the big loops. I haven't changed the TRX length of the handles. Feet together again or slightly apart. I'm going to try myself at them slightly higher. I probably had a calmer version, so if I face you, a calmer version with my shoulders a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to start up here, which makes me use the core a little bit more to start me off. So 20 repetitions of these rolling out, breathing in, breathing out. Just as before, I really am getting onto the tips of my toes and trying to get the very, very depth of this, getting as much out of this as I possibly can. But just be mindful, not leaving your bum behind, bringing those hips forward, or at least keeping them in a nice straight line with the rest of your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do another. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you can see that I was bringing my arms slightly down as the kind of calm sets in for the shoulders and then taking them up. So you don't have to do your exercise in that challenge zone every possible second of every possible rep. So changing here, triceps again now. Just walking underneath. Black handles once again. You kind of kiss them together. You don't have to, you can have them in parallel, but I take them above my head. I kiss those kiss those handles together, and then this is going to be more challenging up here than if I have it here. So I immediately went to crazy town and took them above my head, because you can have that as a challenge. You can do the triceps from any angle, so long as you're keeping the elbows glued in towards one another, and as long as you're using your core, then you'll be working those triceps, trying to keep them at the right angle, and you'll be using core strength to support that, maybe that challenge. So for here, I'm up quite high on the heels, I've raised those handles above me, and I'm doing my absolute best to stay in the challenge zone. I am going to exhale in, because that is more challenging when I've changed this position for me. Let's do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes it's hard to work out what is your challenge. So I said the hands higher was more of a challenge. It could genuinely be you're on the second set, you've already worked those muscles, it is a strong exercise, and the fact that you're doing the second set makes it harder. So just always be honest with your body, play around with things. You're better off doing less repetitions, better quality, than you are just trying to like push it out and get rid of your repetitions. So we've got biceps. I went super deep like a crazy person last time. So we'll see if I can do the same kind of thing. So I'm walking quite far down, but then you have to extend those arms. Leap of faith with what you're holding on to, or what your TRX is attached to. Keep your bum up rather than doing this. So bum up, plank position, and up. Breathe in. Because you're pulling your whole body weight up, definitely you're going to want an exhale there. You're going to need core strength because you're in the depth of a very strong plank position and then pulling yourself up. So 100%, have that core engaged the whole time. I'm going to do 3 more for my halfway. Try and keep out of the shoulders to keep your space between your head and your neck. And let's push on to that second lot. So here we've got 9. I don't know if it's worse if I count it or not. 8. 7. I'm losing a bit of tension on the TRX, so try not to do that. Keep leaning back the whole time. 5 now. 4. 3. 2. And 1, and done. I don't let myself finish that properly, do I? Cheeky me. Right. So if you need to mobilize your neck, if you want to do little nods, head rolls, you want to do some tuck and release and open the chest and just roll through the back, have a couple of side bends, hold onto your fingers and just stretch out through the hands, the palm of the hands, the fingers, and down through your wrist. Go right ahead. Have a little mini pause between your sets. Otherwise, we're on to the 3rd and final. It's all very exciting. Right. So this is wide again. Wide in a, oh sorry, I bit your head. Wide V shape, and wherever you would like to be for the challenge for both the legs and the core and the arms themselves, because obviously you're pushing your body weight down into it. So if you want to be up on the toes, remember, no bums behind. Nice and wide. I'm going to be up here for my for this, and I don't know if you just saw, I just rolled myself, rolled those shoulders and shook things out instead of starting there. It's a very subtle change, but hopefully you can see that is head lost in my shoulders. This is me ready to go. So we'll breathe in again. Exhale. Hopefully you're feeling super confident with these, but being the 3rd set, you might well be really feeling it and you might have to change the position to be a little bit kinder on your body, but still be getting 20 repetitions done. So you decide. As always, you know your body better than me, and we're pushing towards that halfway with 3 more to go to make it 10 that we have done. So this is number 10. Let's do another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Same as before, sometimes, and I don't know if you noticed, that second lot of 10, I was counting more than I was actually doing the breathing with you, and I ever so slightly picked up the pace. So if that's something you want to do, just make sure, because you're not counting or talking, making sure that you are with it for the breath in the right place, and that you don't just speed up for the sake of speeding up. But it's there to add extra challenge if you want it. So feet together, feet apart. I'm going to actually walk down. So when you're leaning in like this, this is challenging, and you can imagine what it's going to be like when your arms are open. So breathing in, breathing out. So here, when you're like this, you could still be looking up, but you might honestly need to actually have your head down a little bit to keep your head in line with the rest of your body, with the rest of your spine. Already at 5 now. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this is the halfway. We've got 10 to go. If you need any more of a challenge, you could have stopped at that 10, changed your position. Exhale out here. You've got 5 to go, then only 2 more exercises, and then you're done. So we've got 3. We've got 2 and 1. Perfect. Right. In my head I was like, oh, what's next? Are we done? Oh no. I just erased triceps from my mind. So making this shorter again. You do not have to do that. You can keep yours longer. Play around with it another time. I'm going to go with walking back further for the legs, having more of the angle leaning so all my body weight is down on these arms, rather than simply just being up here. So that's a third one that I've done, which is slightly different. So I'm walking back closer to the anchor, leaning ahead of me, tuck that tailbone under, and off we go. Inhale, exhale, pushing away, if that makes sense for you. Or inhale at the top and exhale, because you're trying to get the most out of that push into the triceps themselves on that downward movement. I think I'm needing that on this one. So let's make it the next one being our halfway point, and we've got 10 to go. Then we've got biceps, so 10. Now you got 5. I'm feeling these ones, so less talking for me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, just know I was right there with you for that one, because it was absolutely just going into my biceps, right, into my triceps. So biceps next, and then we are done. So go big or go home, I say. Or maybe I just say for this one exercise, so I'm going right down. I might have a slightly wider stance to feel a bit more secure. And then, boy, I'm low. 1. We're doing these together. You're so close. 2. Get your head out of your neck as much as you possibly can. Tummy engaged for as much as you possibly can. So you can have some pre-tension before you're pulling up. Really engage the core. That is 5 done. This is 10 now. So if you need to change the position or give yourself a little shake out because of your head and neck position, just listen to your body because it's coming to the end now. So this now, I've got 5 to go. Let's do this. 5, 4, so close. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well, I don't know about you, but that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. Right, so like a little burn. So this is, you'll have, most probably have these little lines midway point. I've gone way down past that, making this super long, and then I'm going to put my hands into the big loops, and you can simply stand. So you can stand at a little bit of a split stance, and you can have all different angles for you to pull. So for here, this isn't too strong yet. As soon as I lean into it, I will then encourage my arms to have a nice stretch. Your shoulder blades should be together really quite strongly. So breathing in, breathing out. This is pretty much a T shape I've got with my arms. And then you can do it above or below of that. I've now moved it into more of a lunge position, just to stretch a bit across my hip flexor. Still, this is super strong for a stretch down your biceps and into your forearms if they are tight. And you can have this V-shaped position, and you can stay with a parallel leg or have that slight split stance, and then you're feeling a little bit more secure to press forward. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and then I'm going to go again, same, inhale, sorry, and then exhale. This is more of a V shape. It might not quite look like it. Then I'm going to do a low one as well, and just walk right forward. So I'm going to be way off camera to try and get this. I'm just going to be pulling and pulling behind. So that is, if I come towards you, that is a low down position, quite low. Quite low for the arms. If your bottom was still there, it would be sort of down towards them, but you're pulling behind. You're obviously taking whatever depth is good for you. You can go low and do the same thing. And then a nice classic one, and I might just go up a little bit just for the purposes of the camera, not so much for how it feels. If you want to stay long, it's really nice to stay long into the TRX, but you can again be on the big loops. And then here, will I be off camera a little bit? I might just make this shorter just for the purposes of the camera, but this is down dog. So you go as long or as short as you want with your handles, with the strap, sorry. And then here, a nice bit of, here, downward facing dog. Let's do down dog this way, and then hello, looking underneath. So I'm just going to push. I've still got equal pressure on both feet, both heels, but I'm just rolling through a nice bit of a side bend. If it's appropriate, you can lift an arm, and boy, that stretches me. Oh, you've got to be careful. You've got to be consistent, so you've got to still use your breath. And then just play around with sinking right down into your bottom and pulling. So this is slightly different. I'm holding myself deeper. I've now got the knuckles together, and I'm just rocking into my lower back. So play around with any more that you would like in terms of stretch and release. But I think the TRX, hanging off of it or walking away, are just brilliant because they're just going to pull your body. And if you want any more, you could always lie on a foam roller and do our arm circles, or just lying head and bottom on, arms out, shut your eyes, and that would be your relaxation. See you on the next one.